Hi, my name is April Kidd. I've been teaching Intro to the Teaching Profession for Cleveland State Community College for a couple of years now, and I was asked to be on this course redesign team. I am so excited about the way that we have designed this new course, and I'd like to share some of the new features with you so that you have a better understanding as you begin to teach this course. So the course text is called Those Who Can Teach. We are using the newest edition, the 15th edition that came out in 2022. And this new edition is great for students because it even features COVID-related impacts to our school system. So students will find this text very relevant and it will become a great resource to them. Now, we have designed the course to use only the text from the textbook. So while the online text will have additional features for students, we will not be utilizing any of the evaluation methods through the online text. So if students want to or prefer to use a printed text, they certainly can for this course. And so that might be a benefit to them. I know a lot of students will continue to use the electronic text for the cost. It is cheaper than the printed. And if they subscribe to Cengage Unlimited and maybe use Cengage text in other classes, then they can add this to their dashboard quite easily. So this course we have laid out and structured it according to the textbook structure. The chapters we will cover in chapter order week by week. There are 15 chapters, and so we will cover them as we go throughout the course. And the course is divided, the text is divided into 4 sections. So we will base our 4 course modules on those course sections. So the course is laid out alongside the book and really pairs well with the text. And you'll find that the topics of the textbook flow in a nice order to lead students through this course. Module 1 will begin with learning just introductory information about the teaching profession, and students will really enjoy discovering these first few chapters 1 through 5. And so what we have designed, the course will feature some mini lecture videos that I've recorded, and you're welcome to use those or hide those if you don't like them. And then you'll also see that each module will have an essay assigned during the module that you can set a due date if you want that mid-module or if you want that essay at the end of the module. That's really up to you. And then each module will have a self-directed learning project. So instead of having the students complete a quiz for each module, a module quiz, we decided we wanted to give students the opportunity to really explore their own self-interest within that module and create a product that they could carry with them after the class is over. So instead of just completing a quiz, and I know there are concerns right now with AI and students having more access to information. So this is really a great way not only to leave that worry behind, but also to allow students to just be creative and really just embrace course content and showcase how they can synthesize what we're studying not only in the text, but also discussing in class, how we're weaving in task standards. We've designed those not designed them, but we've brought in those in-task standards to be sort of our course objectives for this course, since that is what our students will be measured up against as they move into their career. And so we want these self-directed learning projects just to showcase what our students have learned each module, and they will also contribute to a social learning environment because students will be able to share those projects with the class. Now you can decide if students will share them maybe on a discussion board, or maybe they will bring them to a class and you can have sort of a module fair as students will walk around the room and look at projects. Maybe some students will present their projects to the class, or maybe you'll meet online in an online Zoom meeting or Google meeting. There's really a variety of ways to share what they have learned with the class. And so each module, modules 1, 2, and 3 will have the self-directed learning project. Of course, as we go into module 4, we will maintain the problem-based learning project from the previous course design, and it is a group project. And so module 4 will feature the students being able to identify a problem in the current educational system and then work to provide a solution for that project as a group. So modules 1, 2, and 3, they do the self-directed learning projects independently, and then in module 4, they will work together to produce the problem-based learning presentation. So you've got an essay for each module, and we've designed those essays intentionally to go along with the module content. And each essay will have an instruction video, there will be instructions, written out instructions, and then also there will be a rubric associated with those essays. Now, a major component of this course is, of course, the 20 hours of required observations. It is essential that the very first class you jump in and introduce this observation requirement. Students may not realize that they have to take time out of their schedule, time out of their day, and it has to be daytime because schools operate during the day. And so students will need to schedule that time in their schedule and prepare for completing this 20 hours of observation requirement for the course. So of course, you'll need to discuss this from day one, and you'll also need to start getting a list together of the schools that they want to observe in. Now, one way that I have found, I've tried several different methods, and one way that has been working really well for me is to give students access to a Google Sheet. So in giving them access to a Google Sheet, I have them go into the Google Sheet and type in information, their name, their interest of what area they want to teach in later perhaps, and then I also have them list their alma mater, any schools that they've attended in the past 4 years. Of course, we have some dual enrollment students who are currently in high school, so it's also important. They might need to list a middle school as well. We want students to be able to observe in a school that they have not attended within the past 4 years for a variety of reasons that I'm sure you understand. And so we need to get that information as soon as possible because as the instructor, it is your responsibility to contact the principals at each school to arrange these school observations. Students are not allowed to contact the teacher and set up their own observation. They will only contact the teacher after you have secured a placement with the principal. The principal will decide what teachers are available to serve as mentor teachers for our students. And so after that initial contact is made, then you can direct the students, and there are plenty of instructions on the course under the observation content tab so that students know what to do next, what steps to take. But basically, what they will need to do is they will need to contact the teacher through email, and there's a sample email for them to use and set up the time for them to observe, and then they'll take with them the observation report instruments so that they know what they are looking for when they observe. It's also important to have a great conversation about professional dress and professional attitude and behavior while they're in the school system, since they are establishing their reputation as a future educator. And then of course they'll complete their observations. The observations will be assessed through 3 different products. The students will turn in their observation reports for the first 10 hours, and no, it usually doesn't evenly split in 10 and 10. So I tell students just to pick a good halfway point. And so turn in the first half of the observation reports. And this allows you the opportunity as an instructor to kind of see how they're doing on those reports halfway through and give them guidance and feedback so that their second half of the observation reports might be a little bit better. And they can make some adjustments and improvements as they observe. And then they'll turn in the second half. And then they'll be able to really just reflect on the 20 hours as a whole and write that observation reflection essay for the final piece of those 20 hours of requirements. So, as you can see, the course is designed to really allow students just to learn as much as they can and make an informed decision whether they should proceed in their teaching career or actually take a step back, reanalyze, and possibly switch careers if teaching is really not the right field. We need a lot of teachers right now. And so my hope is that this course is designed to give students all the tools that they need to make the best decision to hopefully enter that education field and become the best teachers that they can.